When SWAT wrapped its final season on CBS, longtime viewers were left with mixed feelings and lingering questions that its upcoming spin-off, SWAT Exiles, could answer. While SWAT gave Daniel Hondo Harrison, Shima Moore, the opportunity to prove himself, SWAT Exiles will be bringing him into a whole new group of SWAT trainees as their trusted teacher and mentor. While Hondo and the rest of 20 Squad's members were the stars of the show on SWAT, Exiles won't be framed around the other members of the team. Even so, with the new series being a spin-off of the original, SWAT Exiles will be able to answer some burning questions about the characters who SWAT left behind after the show's somewhat abrupt end. Though SWAT gave Hondo, David, Deacon, Kay, Jay Harrington, Victor Tan, David Lim, and the rest of the squad an action-packed farewell with personal goodbyes, the finale left a lot of threads dangling, which viewers picked up on in the show's aftermath. With abrupt exits, injuries, and relationships that were never entirely paid off, SWAT viewers have been looking for answers. SWAT Exiles may be able to move through answers to lingering questions about some of the past SWAT cast members, which would allow for a fresh start with the new group on the spin-off. While it's unlikely viewers will see flashbacks that will resolve plots from the original series, there are ways that SWAT Exiles can finally answer some of the unresolved questions viewers have. 6. What led to Hondo's 20 Squad retirement? Hondo listening to someone and looking thoughtful in SWAT Season 8, Episode 16. SWAT Exile synopsis makes it clear that the spin-off will be bringing Hondo out of retirement, which means that viewers are going to be left with questions surrounding his retirement in general. Hondo left off SWAT Season 8 still very much the leader of 20 Squad, and while things were dicey throughout the season, his leadership wasn't something in question at the end of the series. While SWAT series finale brought the 20 Squad team into a fascinating, high-stakes situation where HQ was left under attack. With Devin Gamble, Annie Ilons, nearly losing her life while saving Hondo's, his personal safety wasn't in question. Still, there were many unknowns left up in the air surrounding the team leader when the series so abruptly came to a close. Though Hondo's retirement has been cited to be forced, it could have come from injury, as well. Many have been curious if there was an incident that led to his retirement, if it was forced in the way early seasons of SWAT made it seem like it could be, or some other outside factor led to his exit from 20 Squad. 5. What happened with Deacon and Annie after SWAT Stalker storyline? Deacon, Jay Harrington, looking worried in SWAT. SWAT Season 8 saw Deacon dealing with Heather, Yoel Groblers, a stalker who crossed some major boundaries, which led to huge concerns about his family's safety. Deacon's wife, Annie Kay, British English Blair, spent the season dealing with the issues that arose due to Heather's behavior, which included a break into their family home. While the issues with Heather were resolved, Deacon and Annie's situation wasn't. For years, it seemed as though Deacon was on the brink of retirement, which was spurred on by his wife Annie returning to work after years away to raise their many children. Deacon, who thought he was in line to lead up 20 Squad, fell in line when Hondo took over at the beginning of the series. Even so, it seemed like Deacon was ready to leave. After not being mentioned in the SWAT series finale, an update on Deacon, Annie, and their family would be helpful during SWAT Exiles. Establishing what happened to the family as a whole would be a great way to explain why Deacon's back working with Hondo's recruits, and would resolve lingering questions about the pair's relationship. 4. Did Gamble's family ever find a way to forgive her? Annie Ilons as Devin Gamble in SWAT wearing black top. Gamble's family was one of the biggest pieces of the puzzle surrounding her character during SWAT Season 8. While it was clear that she was dealing with some difficulties, especially when it came to her twin brother Leon Gamble, Nick Cregan. Gamble's father murdered an LA sheriff, which made it tough for her to earn her place on 20 Squad at all, let alone fit in. While Gamble was able to work hard to separate herself from her family when it came to her profession, she was faced directly with both head-on when Leon was involved in a violent carjacking ring. The SWAT series finale saw Gamble choose to let her brother escape, but ultimately put the team first rather than leaving her SWAT family behind. SWAT Exiles would be smart to touch on Gamble's journey, as it was such a fraught, difficult piece of the show's final season. Seeing Gamble finally making moves to fit in with 20 Squad felt like it was eventually squandered away by the show's end. Knowing what happened with her story would be something viewers are looking for. 3. What happened to Luca after his forced retirement? Shima Moore as Hondo with his arm around the shoulder of Kenny Johnson as Dominique Luca in SWAT. While SWAT Exiles may not wind up revisiting Dominique Luca, Kenny Johnson, his story is something that the series still hasn't fully wrapped up. Luca, who suffered permanent damage after being shot, was a legacy member of SWAT and had to deal with the ramifications of losing his life's ambition in an instant. Fan favorite Luca left after SWAT Season 7. Unfortunately, Luca's departure was difficult for the team and viewers alike, and left a lot of SWAT fans confused on how the show chose to handle him leaving. Luca chose to retire from the lap rather than taking a desk job, which made sense, but his lack of involvement entirely after his retirement was concerning for SWAT viewers, who had spent years with Luca. SWAT Exiles has the opportunity to revisit Luca's life post-SWAT, which could help with mentoring new recruits. As a legacy SWAT team member, Luca has tricks of the trade that even Hondo wouldn't know, which could be great to mentor difficult trainees. 2. Did Chris and Street get married? Chris and Street kiss on SWAT. Though Chris Alonso, Lena Esco, and Jim Street, Alex Russell, spent the better part of their time working on 20 Squad together dancing around a romance, their relationship was finally cemented during SWAT Season 5. The pair were flirtatious from the start, but their slow burn was full of denials, confessions, and brushes with death that brought them closer and pushed them apart. SWAT saw Chris leave 20 Squad in order to run a safe house for immigrant girls, which aligned with many of the cases she took on as a part of the team. While Chris' departure came just episodes after she and Street finally got together, their relationship continued to be referenced on screen, as Street stuck with 20 Squad for another season. Before his own departure, Street shared that he was planning to propose to Chris, leading SWAT fans to believe they were engaged after he left the series and returned to Long Beach. While the pair may not return for SWAT Exiles, any update on their relationship would be enjoyable for fans, who had a great time watching their relationship form.